straighten her up. Good.
Tight? Well, tight. Really?
Seat's only bolted in loosely with the front bolt. It's probably going to have to come out again anyway. Just get over and measure and here's the gate valve.
Went inside to watch the end of the All-Star NASCAR race and forgot you guys were out here. I don't really have a mindset to work on my stuff, so I figure I'll just play with the race car a little bit and see what I can get done. It's kind of mindless work. This is my tools won't run long before the compressor kicks on. Get impatient and don't wait for the compressor to catch up. Dave P was out here with his Kaiser a couple days ago. He took some measurements after he cut a corner out underneath the cage where he's going to strengthen it a bit. He's already got the back bumper made, ready to put on. I really need a bigger compressor. Valve, we got all or none. So how's it going, guys? Had Scott, both Daves and Brock out working on the car various days. You remember seeing it from the ice racing tape with the Rising Sun paint job. Well, the Rising Sun is gone. This is primered and a couple imperfections that we're not going to worry about. It's a race car. And a couple of spots here I have to fix, a couple of welds, cracks. This was all dented up and I hammered all of that. And this door, I think you can see, here's the line from the intrusion bar from when it was hit. It was caved in on both sides here. I hammered them out a little bit. I got a little more to do. Also had holes on the door from the old number plate. A little bit, not too much. Got a little bit of rust there and there that we're just going to throw patches over top of.
That's okay. You actually done that.
And this quarter needs to be hammered on a little more. Got it part way out. This was completely flattened. Got new hood pins in for the trunk. And this side is all sanded down, as you can see. A little bit of Bondo here and there that we'll fix. Couple spots of rust. I think what we'll do is patch that. But Dave P.
White piece he started with before you. What he ended up with?
Yeah.
I'll dig it up.
Yeah, our friend Dave P. Very meticulous worker. I dropped a sheet metal off at his house. Piece of 20 gauge, and this is what happened with the sheet. In a sheet metal brake he made a couple of nice pieces like that. What are they for? They're for the rear wheel wells. Using a shrinker and stretcher, this is what he switched. That's for the right side. The left side, this is what he did with it. So he's got the radius. He's got it flat here, and then it tapers in, starting at this line here. So it tapers in, and we had it a little overstretched, and then he shrunk it a bit and then stretched it back, and then when he hammered this it just molded everything right to the shape he wanted. So he's tack welded it on where there was no metal before. I think he said it took him an hour or so to form this with the shrinker and stretcher. Pretty impressive. I wasn't here, unfortunately. I was with Kyle at the dentist getting his wisdom teeth out. So I came back and he had this curved, but not with this little curve in here. He just had it made to the shape of the wheel well. So he did that little bit, and then he tack welded it on. So pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. And the old man. We've got him in a fitness routine to get his arm strength up for.
They go up this high.
Yeah, high enough to hold the steering wheel. Yeah, That's his fitness routine to get him in shape for driving for an hour and a half at a time. The car had 9 coats, I think, on it, including the primers. When I went to try and get the white paint off. The white paint is called Tremclad. It's a Canadian version of Rust-Oleum, and it doesn't sand well. So we actually used the grinder and went through that down to the last paint job on the car with automotive paint, which was black, which was the paint job that was on it when I raced this car. And so it's all taken down, and then we hit it with the DA with some 80 grit. And from a car that looked a little bit rippled and rough, this is what we're getting out of it. It's a lot better than it was. I think it's going to look pretty good. Now I have to come up with a paint scheme for it. So I'll spend a couple nights with the pencil crayons and see what I can find. I have a couple ideas, and Scott's thinking try and preserve the shape of the car. And we have that line there comes along the top of the door and then on the top of the fender here. And I think I'll work with that and that line that's partway down the door, and then there's a line at the bottom as well. So that'll be fun. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Have a good one.